Hello, everyone. I am going to be talking about my newest OrCam device. So one moment. I'm just trying to make sure all my live streams is on. One of my lives is not going live. Hold on one moment. Hold on. Tell me to press capture for Instagram to do it now. Hold on now. Well, no, nation. I didn't had a function issue. So, I'm not using the DJ mics for this. This is just gonna be quick. But I am trying to okay, now I should be live on all platforms now, yeah. I don't know what was going on for a second, but I am
Instagram. Now, Instagram. From when I started a live video. Time sensitive. 2:11. 2:19. 2:20.
I'm gonna have to turn voiceover off on the phone. So hold on.
Voiceover off.
So what I'm gonna be talking about today is the OrCam Read and the newest OrCam Read that I have and how they work and what they do. So this is the original OrCam Read, the original one. So this is the original OrCam Read. I'm also still trying to figure out, just learning about the cameras on these new iPad that I have too. So just be mindful with me. This is the first time I'm really using the cameras. So this is, okay, I think I got it in the camera now. This is the old original OrCam Read that I purchased a while back. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure it's in the camera good. To know which part of the camera I'm using. Hold on. I am using the rear camera, I know that. Okay, I think, yeah, holding it this way will be better for Instagram. So this is how it looks, the original OrCam Read, and it has, this is, if you can see it, and for people who are have vision issues, it's right below where you would plug in the charger, is where the power button is, and this button here will turn it on. This button here is to turn, this is the minus to turn the volume down. This is the plus to turn it up. And this is the trigger button to take the picture. This is the button to take the picture. This is the button to enhance the volume. This is the button to minus the volume. This is the power button. I'm gonna do the same, show the same thing on YouTube and Facebook. So this is the original Orcam read device. And how it works is, I'm looking at the front here. Okay, no, I do need to stand on this side. So this is the trigger button at towards the end where the camera is. So that's the trigger button. This is to enhance the volume. This is to minus the volume. This is the button to turn it on and off. So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to, okay. So, okay, yeah, I think this way is probably gonna be the best way, and to lower it a little bit because the camera's a little bit high on the table. Okay, minus, this is the power, so power button. This is the minus button. And this is the plus button. And this is the trigger button. So also for people who are visually impaired, the flat button right next to the where you would plug the cord into the device to connect it to the wall charger cord, is right next to that is the button to power the device on. If you just feel along the side, the next button you will feel, because you'll feel a piece where there's nothing. And then the next button you would feel would be the button to minus it. The next button after that will be the button to plus it, to make the sound where you can hear better. The next button is the trigger button to press to snap the photo of whatever you're trying to read. So now this is the older one, and I'll show you how it works so then you can know the difference from the other one that I'm going to show you. And so you will hear it speak in a moment. And again, plus, so this is the trigger, plus, minus, power. These are very simple buttons. And then you will see that I'm now turning the device on.
Orcam version 9 is ready. Battery is 56% charged.
So on this older device that you see, it is now, I've turned the older device. I gotta understand that Instagram shoots a little bit differently than YouTube, so now I have to kind of hold the camera differently because I'm doing Instagram on one device and and I'm doing YouTube and Facebook on another. Okay, so you see now it is on, and the power button, like I said, is this very first. Hold on, I gotta hold it the Instagram way for it to come up. And okay. So gotta make sure it's up high enough. Okay. So get it. So the Instagram is okay, yeah, vertical. Okay. So you see, if you can see the blue light, that's how you know. Also, if you can see, to know that the device is on. Okay. And so, hold on, let's make sure I'm holding it. On this new iPad, I still am figuring out the camera, so bear with me. This see exactly what this. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. So it's best just to hold it like this. So you see that it's on now. So this is the plus that you see where my hand is now, where my thumb is. I mean, well, no, I'm sorry. That's the trigger button where you see my finger is on right now, the trigger button. This is the plus button. If you can still see my finger. It's kind of hard to, okay, there we go. To see that button is the plus button. The next button that you see my finger on, I just gotta make sure I keep my hand right there, is the minus. Plus, minus, trigger. Plus, minus, trigger. So the plus button enhances the volume. And pluses the volume to louder. The plus enhances the button to louder, obviously. The next button enhances the button to minus. So that's the thing. So the minus, plus, minus, plus. So if you can kind of see, for people who can see, will know what I'm doing. But for people who don't see very well, you will be able to feel the difference between the buttons. And it will be pretty obvious to know which one is the minus and the plus. But for people that can see, you know that my finger right now is on the plus. And if I slide down by one, it's at the minus. If I go up again, it's at the plus. If I go down again, it's at the minus. So that's how that works. And then, again, like I said, the power button's at the bottom where my finger is now. You may not even be able to see it because how big the device is. Actually, I can just scoot it up a little bit. So now you should be able to see. So now my finger is on the minus. I mean on the power button. The buttons on the power button below that is where you would plug the cord into to start charging the device. So you have the power button, then where the cord goes to charge it. Above that, you have the minus button, then you have the plus button, and then you have the trigger button. And I'm getting ready now to show you what the trigger button does. So you won't really have to see me do it because you will know now based off of the buttons. The finger that my hand is on now is the trigger button. The next button is the plus button. The next button is the minus button. Then you go all the way down to the bottom where the power button is, and then right below that is where the charger is. So I shouldn't have to explain what I'm doing anymore based off of if I just say what button. So what I was just showing on Instagram was this is the trigger button. This is the plus to implant plus the volume to make it louder. This is the minus button to minus everything. And then down here is the power button. So YouTube, I can kind of hold the device however I want to make it comfortable for me. Instagram is just, I don't know why they won't change it. So this is the trigger button. Where you see my thumb at is the trigger button that you would press to trigger everything, to take the picture. The next button is the plus to plus the volume. The next button is the minus button to minus the volume. And at the very bottom is the power button right next to where you would plug the cord to charge the device. So that is that. So again, you have the power trigger, the power trigger button, the minus button, the plus button, and then the minus button and the power button. So that's that. Just in case, I just want to make sure I got it all in there right, and I'm holding it a different way just to kind of get a better view. So you have the trigger, plus, minus. So the plus kind of feels like Braille for people who don't see well. It kind of feels like Braille, not particularly a particular letter or word, but it kind of does feel like Braille a little bit. The minus button is just like a long little, like if you were holding a piece of, I'm just trying to think of something. I don't know, maybe like just like a little strip of a piece of paper would be the way to kind of explain that. It would just be like if you were holding like a teeny piece of paper that you could hold between two fingers. So that would be that. And then at the bottom is the power button, which is kind of the same as the minus button, which is kind of like I said again, you like holding a piece of paper between two fingers. So yes. Now I'm going to show you how this stuff works. So let me get a piece of paper with something of mine on it that I can read. So why not? So this is a simple piece of paper that I have that has some information of mine on it regarding my purchase from NanoPack. So just to know, kind of like, it's going to read it out loud anyway, and it's not nothing too important. So I'm going to read this, and I think all of it's really on this side, but it's going to read this. So I'm going to read with this. So this is what I'm getting ready to read to show y'all what Instagram is so weird with how their camera thing is set up. But I'm going to read this. This is my purchasing agreement from NanoPack. And so this is what I'm going to let y'all hear with this device. Then I'm going to show you the difference of what the other device does that this one doesn't do.
/off hash terms ship via credit card at a ground rate 60 0.00.
So you see how it kind of read some of that.
Total payments, credits, balance due. Some blocks of text are unreadable.
So it will read like the balance is.
Vendor number 000043013.
See how it's reading.
info@nanopack.com. E68 Terre, Ost City, Missouri 64132. Some blocks of text are unreadable.
So it read some of that. And that's basically what this device does. You take a picture with it, and it will read. This particular device does not read handwriting. This one at least doesn't. Like I said, this is the original OrCam read device. This is pretty much all it does is take pictures and read. So I will do it one more time so Facebook and YouTube can get an idea of what it does.
Invoice. Date. Ship to May 19th, 2025. Invoice no. Frank Miller 2205E. Suspending.
So
Press again to shut
it
down.
will, that's what this is.
Suspended.
And
Waking up.
see, it does suspend,
Battery is 55% charged.
and it does suspend, and it does tell you what the battery is every time you suspend it.
Suspending. Press again to shut down.
And then you would press again,
Shutting down.
it will turn off.
Please wait.
And so this device is what you call the Orcam Read Original. So that's what I just showed you. Now, let's look at the more enhanced version of the Orcam Read
Power
device.
off. Bye-bye.
Now, and both of these also come with lanyards, just to let you know. My Orcam Read Original lanyard broke when I was using it back at the casino. But this is basically the same thing. It has all the same normal buttons that I already described. So it has the trigger button, it has the plus button, it has the minus button, it has the power button, it has the part where you would plug it in and charge it. And then, of course, as you see, I actually have my lanyard attached on this one because this one is not broken like the other one. So, the power and the plus and the minus and the power button. So this one here is the Orcam Read 2. It has all the same normal things as the other one. Hold on. Where it has like the trigger, the power button where you see where my hand is now, and it has the trigger button, or the power button, I mean, and then it has the minus, the plus, and then the trigger button. So it has all the same buttons, except that this one, my lanyard isn't broken. My other lanyard is broken from when I was at the casino and I was pushing a cart and it got stuck and it broke the lanyard off. So both of these do actually come with lanyards. It's just that my lanyard on my other one is broken. And with the lanyard being attached, it's actually making it easier to kind of show it in the camera on Instagram. So yeah, so my finger is on the trigger button, and then above that is the plus, below that is the minus, and below that is the power button. So this is a whole totally different device. And this one also, if you can see, it does have colorful, because they got a review from several people about adding color to the buttons. So if I'm at the look and see what color all the buttons are. Okay, so they're all yellow, which I just wanted to make sure. That's what I was seeing, but I just want to make sure they were all yellow. So the power button is now yellow. The minus button is yellow. The plus button is yellow. The trigger button is yellow. It's all yellow. And then the base of it is black, of course, like the other one is. So now I'm gonna show you a little bit of what this one does. So it does the same thing. It has a little light that comes on when you're turning it on, and you're gonna hear it speak.
Assistant version 9 is ready. Battery is 100% charged.
So, as you heard it say assistant, which I will show you why he said assistant versus Orcam My Eye Original, or Orcam 5, Orcam Read 5 is ready. I will show you why it is a little bit different. So, of course, it can take the pictures like you've seen the other one do.
Great.
Hold on.
No text was found.
Hold on, sometimes I guess I didn't have it pointed all the way.
Ship via end user, credit card, ground, Frank Myler, QTY, rate, amount, 2000.
Now I'm going to show you the difference of what this one can do. What is this device? Hold on, I gotta take a picture again. Hold on.
Credit card.
Oh, I need to connect it to. Hold on. So Instagram, I am going to flip out because I have to open the app for Be My Eyes. So since this is the closest device, I'm going to go out and go to my eye to open it. Hold on. I have to find it first. I didn't think to open the app. Where is Be My Eyes at? Hold on. I'm looking for my app. I forgot to open it, knowing that I was gonna need it. Where is my Be My Eyes at? I know where it is on my phone. Just gotta. Hey Siri, open Be My Eyes. I don't think it can because I want it live. Hold on. I didn't think. Shit. I don't know why I didn't open it before knowing that I was gonna need it. Okay. I'm gonna have to do it on the phone. I'm gonna have to open it on the phone. So I'm gonna have to interrupt YouTube and Facebook for a moment. YouTube and Facebook now. So when you go to the mobile app, you have to. What I'm trying to do, I needed the mobile app to be open. So I had to get out of my live stream on Facebook and YouTube. But I just had to go out of the app and then go to the other app to open it. So now it should be able to do what I want it to do now. So I forgot that you have to have the app open to do what I'm getting ready to show you now that it can do. Now check this out.
Play off. Play off. Terms. Ship via end user. Skipped one line of unreadable text. Credit card.
What is this about? Hold on, wait. Sometimes you have to. Hold on.
Play off. Skipped one line of unreadable text. Terms. Ship via end user. Skipped one.
What is this about? thinking.
Possession history seems to contain device status, credit card transactions, and unreadable text.
Yeah, so I didn't get all of it because it was the point of it is to tell you that it can, when you take a picture, it will tell you what it's about, basically. So, like, you can take pictures on your phone if somebody sent you a message and you don't want to turn on voiceover or talk back or something like that. You can use this and take a picture, and then it will read. Then it will read what it will read to you what it took a picture of. So it does have it in the memory automatically. Eventually it will delete, but it will it does save in the memory, but you know, not forever, but for a decent amount of time. So it did read that to me, and just to show you that it can do it with other stuff, I will grab another piece of paper of mine and let y'all see it. So this is a card that I got. This is a card that I got from the casino back when I was working there during Christmas time. And so, hold on, let me. So this is the card. I just want to make sure I get it all in the camera. Yeah, so this is a card that I got from the casino. And so this is something totally different, just so people don't think, oh, it's not that good of a device, is it? Oh, okay, yes, it is. Because I'm about to show you that it can do the same thing on this too. And so now I have a card that I got from the casino back when I was working there for Christmas, and how it will read this too. The camera for Instagram, this is just how it's so original. So the camera, get the card set the right way, because the writing, make sure it's showing the writing. Okay, there we go. Just the camera is so far on the side to kind of catch everything. So this is a card that I got from there when I was there. Like I said, like a Christmas card. So, and I will get it to read this now and show you that this is how it does. This is what we do.
No text was found. Please try again.
Oh, no, maybe because I had it sideways, I didn't want to read it right.
16.
I just read the date, I think.
It looks like you've provided some session history and a current user input. How can I assist you within this R?
Oh.
5.
And maybe because it's handwriting, maybe acting a little funny with it.
No text was found. No text was found. G0EKZ.
It's like reading bits and pieces on here.
D5DK2. No none. No text was found.
Okay, the text is the
No text was found. Skipped one line of unreadable text and wish you the very best in the new year.
when you hear it saying bits and pieces of it, but it's supposed to read all of it too. But
No text was found.
sometimes it.
And wish you the best in the new year. SIP 1AA, RFEIHDN, NI. Skip 3 lines of unreadable text. 3 MLLIS1/Phil1S341HF.
Because I wanted to read it to make sure it gives the best accuracy.
No text was found. No text was found.
Like I write on the text. That's how I know this.
And wish you the very best in the new year. Skipped one line of unreadable text.
Okay, it skipped one line, which is supposed to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, but it at least is getting the new year. But it just, if I really focus it, it'll try to get all of it with that. But at least it did that. And then hold on. What is the subject of this message?
The subject of the message is to wish the recipient the very best in the new year.
Okay, so you see how it just did that, kind of like how the other one did. So the other device does not, which basically this one now I have it in the case, but that this one does not do that, like this one does. This you can, and it can do it a bit more efficiently. But I'm not gonna try to fight it to read it. But sometimes it seemed like it was working better when I was doing it for Instagram and YouTube. I mean, for Facebook and YouTube when I stood up. So maybe it may read better.
And wish you the very best in the new year. And wish you the very best in the new year. Skip 3 lines of unreadable text. No text was found.
Shut up. Yes, it is.
No text was found.
Sometimes it.
And wish you the very best in the new year. Skipped one line of unreadable text.
So I'm gonna see what this first line is. I'm gonna have to do a little.
No text was found.
There we go.
In the new year.
Okay, I guess this one is strictly a New Year card. Okay, that's I thought they had one. They had it on both, where it's Christmas and New Year on one card, but they must have handed out two, so my other one must be put up I thought they put it all on one, but it seems like, but it is skipping one line of something. So, but if I really wanted to get it to focus, I could get it to focus to even read that top line if I really wanted to fight it to do all that. But the point is to show how the device works and what it does, and that this one is actually a bit more efficient than the other one, and it has that assistant, as you heard it say, Orcam Read Assistant, so that's what I wanted to get on and show everybody. This is the Orcam Read Assistant. The other Orcam Read I have is the Orcam Read Original. This is the Orcam Read 5 Assistant, or Orcam Read 3/5 Assistant. So that's all I wanted to get on here and show everyone this device, how it works, what it does, and it is a little bit, it is a bit better than what I showed. It's just, I don't want to have to fight it in a live stream to get it to work absolutely as efficient as it does. But this can also read handwriting, screens on your iPhone. But the original Orcam Read that you seen me use earlier does not read handwriting. So the one that I was using earlier does not read handwriting, but this one does read handwriting. But that's all I wanted to get on here and show. And I think I showed this earlier though, but this is like the type of case that they come in when you get an Orcam device. The Orcam My Eye is another good device too that does the same thing. The Orcam My Eye though has built-in face recognition where it can recognize people, and for people who have bad peripheral vision, like me particularly, it can let you know who's on the side of you. Maybe eventually I'll do a review on that device once they come out with a newer device to compare it to. Or I may just make a regular video about it soon too, but I definitely wanted to do it with the Orcam Reads because they have the new assistant built into the Orcam Read 3/5. So, yep, that is it, y'all. So I'm gonna end the Instagram live first on the iPad. Somebody's at the door, and now we're about to end the live on here too. That is crazy.
Ain't nobody at the door. Y'all need to quit. 1 overall. Prison 0, 0, end.